start off, take a t-shirt that fits you well, fold it in half, and trace along the shoulder seam, neckline, and side seam. Being sure that our ruler is perpendicular to center front, we're going to measure out from the widest part of our shirt 6.5 inches past the side seam. Using this measurement, we can now draw in our new side seam. Once you've decided how long you want your top to be, square out from center front until it hits the new side seam. Moving up to the shoulder, extend this line, being sure to keep at the same angle as what your original shoulder was. I decided I wanted my neck to be a bit more scooped out, so I measured out 1.5 inches and connected that to my neckline. If you want it to be off the shoulder, be sure you go past your original shoulder line. From this point, measure along the shoulder 12.5 inches to get our new shoulder length. Moving on to the armhole, we are going to square out at the top of our side seam, and from this line we're going to square up to our new shoulder tip. Now we're going to remove the point in our underarm by using a curve to draw a nice smooth line from the bottom of our underarm to our side seam. Now we can erase all of the original tracing lines that we made earlier and add our seam allowances all the way around this pattern. To create the sleeve, we're going to start off with a line that's the same measurement as our armhole. In the center of this line, square out 5 inches. And at the end of this line, you're going to square up and down equally until you have a line that is 4.5 inches. Now you can connect the two parallel lines and add seam allowance all around. Be sure to mark that the stretch of the fabric will be going around the body and around the arm. I decided to finish my neckline off with a band of fabric, so we need to measure the neckline of our pattern from the fold line to the sew line. Do not measure the seam allowance. Taking this measurement, we're going to multiply it by 4 since this is only 1/4 of our top. And then with this new measurement, we're going to multiply it by 0.9. This is going to remove 10% of our fabric so that the band will be slightly stretched when it's sewed on and will keep it from being flappy when we're wearing it. Now you can use your pattern pieces to cut out 4 sleeve pieces and to cut out the front and the back on the fold. With the front and back pieces right sides together, sew along the shoulder and side seams. Put the sleeves right sides together and sew along both sides. With your top inside out and your sleeve right side out, place the sleeve into the armhole opening of your top, pin around, and sew. To finish off our neckline, we're going to take our neckband and sew the two ends together, fold it in half, and pin it equally around the neckline. Once your neckline is all pinned into place, you can go ahead and serge or zigzag stitch around it. And for an extra touch, if you have a cover stitch machine, go ahead and cover stitch that seam allowance down.